Greetings, fellow detectives. Greetings. Testing out the quality. Testing. Testing, testing, testing. I think every time we have technology difficulties during this stream, we should put, like, technology emojis in the chat to illustrate the struggles. Or maybe face palms. Face palms are good. Why, internet? Okay, I think we may be back up now. I'm not positive, but I think that may be the case. So, I think we will attempt to begin the stream. Greetings, everyone. We are playing the final scene today. Hoping it works. This game holds a very special place in my heart because it is the first game that I ever completed as a detective. Makes it a very exciting game to revisit. I remember just being blown away by the story and the characters and loving it so much. LOL. Hey, Caitlin and Julie. Yay, we're back. Hi, Golden Moon. Welcome. So here's our attempt at the final scene. I'll keep an eye on things, but we'll see how we go.
Dear Bess, remember Maya Wynn from high school? I'm visiting her in St. Louis. We have tickets to tonight's premiere of the new Brady Armstrong movie, Vanishing Destiny. It's the last screening ever at the Royal Palladium. This place has been a landmark for almost a century. And now, in just 3 days, it's going to be demolished. I wish I could have seen the theater back in the 20s before it was turned into a movie house. All the great magicians performed here, even Harry Houdini. There's a lot of public opposition to the loss of this historic building. Rumor has it local activists are planning to stage a big protest out front tonight. The theater will be closed when we arrive, but they'll let us in since Maya is covering the story for the university newspaper. Oh boy, a press pass sure does come in handy. Maya told me she has an interesting lead, and we're on our way to interview Brady Armstrong about the controversy now. I know he's one of your favorite stars. Stay tuned. Maya always gets the full scoop. Talk to you soon. Love, Nancy.
Oh, this music always gets me.
Okay, Nancy, here I go. Cross your fingers, there's a story behind this door.
Go get 'em, Scoop.
Meet you in the lobby.
Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Is this thing on? Hello?
Think I'll go check out the snacks. That sounds like Maya. Help! Nancy!
Oh no. Oh no. Where's Maya? Ah, phone.
Hello?
Listen carefully. If they knock the theater down, the girl goes with it.
What? Who is this? Hello? Hello?
It came from the other dressing room. From the women's dressing room. Ah, the phone again.
You'll never get away with this. Do you hear me?
Hello?
You're messing with the wrong girls, whoever you are. She's a reporter and I'm a detective, and we don't scare easy.
This is Joseph Hughes, the caretaker. I'm looking for Brady Armstrong. He said he'd be there. Who's this? And what's all the excitement?
My friend has disappeared from Brady's dressing room. I heard her scream. I think she's been kidnapped.
Now, please try to calm down and tell me what's going on. What's your name, dear?
I'm Nancy. My friend Maya's gone, and I just received a threatening phone call from the kidnapper.
Well, They must have taken her through that secret passageway. Holy smokes. And you're on an inside line. That call must have come from inside the building. We gotta act quick. You check out the secret passageway. I'll make sure all the exits are locked, and then I'll come find you.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Hey, you. No groupies in the dressing rooms. But since you're such a rascally fan, what would you say to a signed autograph from yours truly?
I beg your pardon?
Take a breath and pinch yourself because it's really happening. Brady Armstrong in the flesh. Star of Vanishing Destiny? Go ahead, faint. I'll catch you.
I'm Nancy Drew, starring in a real-life emergency here. I need to find my friend Maya Wynn.
Remind me not to appoint you president of my fan club. So what was your friend doing in my dressing room?
Weren't you expecting her? I thought she emailed you to set up an interview for her article.
All my email go through Simone. She reads it, she writes back. Control issues, you know? Off the record, any message that says love Brady is just a big electronic smooch from her.
Simone, is that your agent?
Simone Mueller, CEO of my life. My agent. Focus on being wholesomely smoldering, she says, and leave the rest to me. So I do. She's been setting up Premier HQ in the women's dressing room. Haven't you heard her snarling at people on the phone?
the women's dressing room. That's where the call came from.
So, you didn't hear a girl screaming a few minutes ago?
Maybe you better tell me what's going on here.
I don't have time to explain. The kidnapper may still be in the building. I need to search this room. Do you mind?
Sure thing. How can I help?
The caretaker was looking for you. See if you can help him.
Roger.
I love how, quickly this mystery gets off to an exciting start. It's like, bam, kidnapping. Bam, intensity. I love it. Okay, so what can we look at through the dressing room here? We can take a magic wand. We can't take anything from this bag, it looks like. That side is locked, apparently. That side of the dresser. There's the radio that's going to be in the Water's Edge, Secret of Shadow Ranch. And it was totally in Stay Tuned for Danger and Message in a Haunted Mansion. I guess everyone has that radio. Oh, and the typewriter, also from Stay Tuned for Danger. This totally looks like Winston Churchill. I mean, sort of. Pull the lever, Kronk! There's so many levers. Nancy Drew games built on levers.
It's locked.
Oh, yes, it's locked. Classic Nancy, it's locked. That never gets old. What else do we have? The phone that the kidnapper called us on. Some wigs. I love how dilapidated this place looks. It's so well done. Okay, can't find anything there. And then, what is this? Why, a secret passageway. So this is where the kidnapper took Maya. The snake was here. Is the kidnapper the snake? K Heart T. That's cute. I wonder if does that apply to any of our characters? K Heart T. I don't think so. That'd be kind of cool though if that was like a cookie.
I may have to cut this short, Hal. Someone just climbed out of my wardrobe.
Hee.
Can't you see I'm on the phone here?
This is an emergency. I'm looking for a 19-year-old girl with black hair.
Listen, sweetheart, I have a premiere tonight and no stylist for my star, so don't tell me about problems.
You don't understand. I think my friend is in trouble.
I said scram.
She's so rude. Well, I'm gonna look through your stuff anyway. Because I clearly don't see Maya here. But this is the direction she had to have come. Anything over here? This big old trunk, I think, was also in the prop room. This was in the prop room and Stay Tuned for Danger. Her interactive mug. I know Maddie and or Rick had that. Moose head. Lots of props. This is also in the prop room, and stay tuned for danger. So this whole room is basically just the prop room. We love that. Okay, we have a harp. Big old bookshelf. Oh yeah, this coat. Abby totally has this coat. Okay, Simone's being rude, so we'll go this way. And then this is backstage. So we've got this big old box here. I love to hate so many of the characters in this game. I think my favorite is probably Nicholas Falcone, but I kind of like them all to the same degree. Like, they're all annoying to the same degree in a great kind of character way. This is very much like the rope that brings down the chandelier in Message in a Haunted Mansion. What do you guys think of the characters in this mystery? I personally, ooh, clunk, think that they have great stories, but that's just me. Okay, so backstage. There's a phone here, but that's not the phone that they called from. So we found a lever, not a lever, what is this, like a pulley? Pulley system? We can get this box up. This music is so good. Okay, so now there's just a big old box suspended from the ceiling. Definitely not safe, but Nancy does what she needs to do to find trapdoors. Never played it, actually. Oh, cool, Golden Moon. So this is your first experience with it. I love this one. It's still, to this day, in my top 5. Okay. Bottom. What do we have over here? Okay, so we have this little safe thing here. I think it's spades, if I remember correctly, that we need to get these all to. Aha, there we go. This'll work. Aha, it was spades. I knew it. Oh boy. Okay. Puzzle box time. Okay, at least it's like a jigsaw puzzle, though, and not a slider puzzle. Slider puzzles are harder. And this one is a picture that we've actually seen quite a few places already, which is very cool. Let's see. Picture of a lady. Yep, plus I'm not mad about possible spoilers, so you guys can discuss things freely. Oh, good. Gotcha. Awesome. Good to know, Golden Moon. I think, am I putting this lady too far to the side? I think I am. She needs to be more central. And then her hair. My music disappeared. Bummer. I like some good old puzzle-solving music. Aha, okay. So she's wearing kind of like this headpiece, it looks like. It's almost like a crown kind of thing. And then we have a bunch of signs around us. OMG, hi, finally online at the same time. Yay, Sarah! Welcome! We are doing final scene today. And just hoping and praying that the internet is friendly to us. Let's see. Where would this go? There's a Leo. It looks like it is about to rain outside. I hope it does, because that would be the perfect ambiance for this mystery. Does this one go down here? No, that doesn't look right. Does it go up here? So excited, yay! I'm super excited too, Sarah. I'm so glad you could join. Where does this go? Does it go here? Getting this installed was a process. Like, it was, for some reason, when I installed Treasure in the Royal Tower, something was funky and it interfered with this installing. So I had to, like, manually uninstall Treasure in the Royal Tower, Message in a Haunted Mansion, and then try to install this one. And then it, like, kind of worked. So, yeah. My mouse is being real slow. I don't know why it's doing that. Making it kind of hard to move around. That looks like it goes there, right? That does not go there, though. How about this one? No. That doesn't look right at all. Does this go down here? There we go. Okay. That helped. And then hair here. Where does your hair go, lady? So what are you guys up to today on this lovely Saturday? What's everyone been doing? I played a little Sims earlier today and just did some building for the world that I'm renovating. So that was nice. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. So this probably goes over here. Like that, I'm guessing. And then we turn these. That must go here. Aha, because that's where her chin is. And then this. Aha, this one goes over here. I got it. It's acting like it's about to rain over here too. Oh, nice. Perfect mystery solving ambiance.
It
We love
looks
that.
like the gears are missing. Something's missing here.
So it looks like we need 2 gears for this little box. We already have 1. Okay. You guys ready for the best/worst part of this entire game? Well, I guess it'll happen after.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up! Ha ha!
Play.
Find the ace of spades. Keep your eye on the card.
See, the way he moved it, it would have been here. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Perhaps you need your eyes checked.
You know what, Monty?
The hand is quicker than the eye.
I don't appreciate your sass. Sarah, just been doing some work from home and cooking a little. Nice. That sounds like a pretty pleasant Saturday.
Find the ace of spades.
What are you cooking?
Keep your eye on the card.
I kind of just want to, like, keep picking here. Aha!
Congratulations! You beat the magician. Don't forget to collect your winnings. Ha ha!
Your audience will be dazzled.
I love that we can get this so early on in the mystery. Okay, here's the best/worst part for the game. Emily, I woke up to a thunderstorm this morning. Was seriously so excited. That's amazing. The first thunderstorm of spring, I feel like, is so cool. I really wish it would thunderstorm here. It's pretty gloomy. We might get a good thunderstorm.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up.
Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Big ol' nope for Monty there. Nope. Gonna go ahead and run away from that. up these rusty stairs. Are they rusty or are they just made of like a red granite or something? Alright, so now let's look down this hallway. We've got... Okay, the main feeder. Beautiful. Might as well take a quarter. It's so weird that there's still like popcorn on the floor and stuff. Isn't Joseph supposed to be like caretaking this place? Shouldn't there not be popcorn on the floor? Rufus, Smoke and Mirrors Brown. Frank Chapeau. Dizzy Notion. These names are hilarious. And then we have a couple... Houdini? Cast spell on Palladium. Last night, the Master of Illusion and undisputed King of Handcuffs, Harry Houdini, performed at the Royal Palladium. If you didn't attend, you missed a crackerjack show. It was certainly crackerjack. The standing room only performance began with the uproarious comic stylings of comedian Slappy Henderson. While Slappy was taking jabs at the Coolidge administration, he was distracted by a portly theater patron who was late taking her seat in the theater? In the front row. Slappy was merciless in ridiculing the woman for her tardiness and took no time in commenting on her floral print dress and matching hat. I like your dress, lady, but isn't it a little early for Halloween? Rude. Allison, so sorry I can't stay for the live stream. Have a great time. This was an awesome game. It was my first game too. It took me over a year to figure out you can hide in the cabinet. Yes, right? That's okay, Allison. I totally understand, but thanks for popping in. Yes, this game is spectacular. I love this one. After Slappy warmed the crowd, Harry Houdini took command of the stage, joined by his beautiful wife and assistant, Bess. The Houdinis pulled out all the stops, astounding the crowd with amazing feats of daring and miracle, including Mr. Houdini's death-defying escape from the Watery Grave, a custom-made aquatic tank built by J.J. Thompson, the owner of the Royal Palladium. So confident was Mr. Thompson that Houdini could not best his contraption. Thompson staked $50,000 on the challenge. Yow, what a blow to JJ's billfold. Even with such a spectacle, it was the last illusion of the evening, the Houdini transformation, that simply brought the house down. The illusion began with 2 iron cages being lowered from the ceiling to the stage. Bess gracefully stepped into the first cage and got lifted 3 feet into the air. As stagehands covered her with a cage-length curtain, Harry Houdini stepped into the adjacent iron cage. While he was lifted up, Houdini transfixed us with a penetrating stare and began a countdown. At 3, his cage came to a halt 3 feet above the stage. At 2, a cage-length curtain quickly enveloped the magician. But it was not Houdini's voice who shouted 1. In less than a heartbeat after it was dropped, the curtain was instantly lifted, revealing Bess. Houdini standing where her husband had been but a moment before. Harry Houdini had vanished. Amid the applause, Bess gestured to the still-cloaked cage suspended behind her. A stagehand removed the curtain to reveal not Harry Houdini, as we all expected, but Slappy Henderson. You thought you'd gotten rid of me, hadn't you? Slappy yelled to the woman in the floral dress. The poor woman lumbered up from her front row seat. Someone ought to teach you some manners, she said, wagging a pointed finger at him. She then turned to face the audience, removed her hat and wig with a flourish, and revealed her true identity, Harry Houdini. The Royal Palladium exploded with applause. Whew, that was a long article, but it's important to this mystery. Society of American Magicians would like to thank Harry Houdini for his great generosity and tireless devotion to promoting the craft of magic. The Houdini transformation. So we're seeing lots of things about this Houdini transformation. Shelby and White. Real live animals, 1 week only. Then a picture of actual Harry Houdini, the King of Chains. I love this guy. Who is this guy? Zagad the Magnificent. Hello everyone! Not sure if I'll make it to the end of the stream as I have work in about an hour. Good to stop by though. Hello Hound Dog, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Totally understand though. I appreciate the pop-in. Harry, the Master Magician Houdini, born in Wisconsin. Eric the Great. In the course of his illustrious 33-year, he escaped from many different things. Zagad the Magnificent. Lady of the Night. Ooh. Harry Houdini. Witness a once-in-a-lifetime event right here in St. Louis. Super cool. So now we have the lobby. Beautiful. Big old posters. This Neo poster pops up all over the place in later games. I know for a fact Mel has it in her room in Ramsey Hall. Mornings at Waverly Academy. Hey you. Who are you?
No teeny boppers till showtime. House rules.
What's that supposed to mean?
Aren't you here to worship at the screen of Brady Charmstrong?
Who are you, his surly understudy?
Hollywood? The fantastic plastic vacuum? I wouldn't go there in a pig's suitcase. I'm Nicholas Falcone, solemnly sworn to lead the forces of Hadit and slay the dragon of corporate generica. Who are you? And what's with the doom and gloom?
Molly Burke notification, everyone. She's a pretty awesome YouTuber. Sorry, apologies for that. That's neat, I never noticed that poster. Yeah, it's really cool. It pops up everywhere.
I'm Nancy Drew. I think I need to call the police.
What are you calling them for? A little taste of your tax dollars going bad?
You have problems with the police?
It's more like they have a problem with me.
Does this have something to do with Hadit?
Haven't you heard? The battle is on. There's a human chain forming out front as we speak. But all that can wait. It's obvious you got a situation, so what's up?
My friend's been kidnapped. I've got to alert the police and then start searching this place.
Phew. Kidnapping? That's a high-profile tactic. Somebody means business. So what's the demands?
Same, so impressed by your cookie knowledge. Thank you, Sarah. I suppose that's a side effect of playing the games 20 plus times each.
Suddenly, Maya's fate is tied to this theater. They said that if it gets demolished, she'll go with it.
No kidding. That'll blast those bureaucrats and corporate bigwigs out of their dream world. Applause for the cause. We need all the help we can get.
Excuse me? We're talking about a girl's life here.
I'm sorry. I know you're upset, but they won't mess with your friend. They just took her for effect. It's called making a statement.
Oh, so this is just a pretend kidnapping. I never would have guessed. Maya's scream sounded so real.
She'll be okay. Trust me.
Right. I need to start searching for evidence, but I'll be back with more questions for you, Nicholas.
If you need a phone, there's an outside line in the ticket booth.
Now that you mention it, I should use a phone. Nicholas. Brady Armstrong and Vanishing Destiny. Okay, so we should maybe make a phone call? Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Call the cops. There is a line for the St. Louis Police Department, so you can actually call their line, but I'm lazy and I just call 911. It's an emergency.
St. Louis Police Department.
I'm calling to report a kidnapping.
Is the kidnapping in progress?
No.
Hold on, miss. I'll transfer you to the Missing Persons Unit.
Missing Persons, Sergeant Mac Ramsey speaking.
I'm calling to report a kidnapping, no longer in progress.
And who am I speaking with, please?
My name is Nancy Drew.
Okay, Miss Drew. Now, did you witness this kidnapping?
No, but I heard it.
What exactly did you hear?
My friend went into a dressing room. I was out in the hall. And I heard her scream, so I went in after her, but she was gone.
When and where did this happen?
Just now, at the Royal Palladium Theater.
And what's your friend's name, Miss Drew?
Maya Nguyen.
Can you spell that, please?
M-A-Y-A, last name N-G-U-Y-E-N.
Age?
19.
Physical description?
She's Asian American. I guess about 5'5", long black hair.
So you didn't actually witness anything, is that right?
I heard her screaming, and I received a threatening phone call. That must count for something.
A threat. Can you describe the voice? Was it a man or a woman?
It was spooky. I think they were using some voice disguise device.
Yes. That'll make it impossible to tell the gender of the caller. Did you notice anything suspicious looking in the vicinity?
No.
No suspects. Any visible signs of struggle in the dressing room? Did your friend leave anything behind? Her purse, Anything that might have fallen out of her pockets?
No.
No evidence. Does your friend work at the theater?
No, she's a student at Washington University.
Does your friend have any enemies?
Maya? I highly doubt it.
And what business did Maya have entering the theater dressing room?
She's a reporter for the school paper. She was there to do an interview.
What about Maya's parents? Have they been contacted?
They're in Vietnam this time of year. I don't know how to contact them.
Okay, miss. I'll file this report. After 24 hours, if she hasn't turned up, we consider her a missing person and begin to investigate.
How can she turn up? She's been kidnapped.
Unlikely. With all the scuttlebutt around this demolition, this stinks of student prank.
A prank? But this building is going to be demolished in 72 hours. How can we afford to take that chance?
How do you mean?
The kidnapper must be holding her in the building, don't you think?
Unlikely. No competent kidnapper keeps their captive anywhere near the scene of the abduction. Is there anything else, Miss Drew?
Sergeant, I really don't think we can afford to wait 24 hours.
It's standard procedure, Miss Drew. Unless you can provide us with some evidence that your friend was taken by force, it's 24 hours.
Thanks, Sergeant. I'll call you back when I have the evidence.
You do that.
Bye.
I totally agree, Hound Dog. Like, where was this amount of Nancy sass when one of her best friends gets kidnapped in Ransom of the Seven Ships? This is the appropriate level of sass, right?
Nancy, what's the 411?
The 411?
Come on, Nancy. That's vintage slang. You know, the 411, the deal, the lowdown.
Oh, the information.
Exactly.
Tell me about your relationship with the police.
All I know is they like to dig through my garbage and follow my van. Does this face say America's Most Wanted to you?
So, humans against the destruction of illustrious theaters. Tell me about it.
This theater's a spotted owl. It's a humpback whale. It's endangered. Illustrious buildings testify to our finest human hours. They should be celebrated, not bulldozed to make way for cardboard megaplexes. Need I say more?
Do you know what they plan to build on this spot after the theater is gone?
Oh, it's very hush-hush. The name of the building firm is Wave of the Future, and the owner is some B. Thompson, descendant of J.J. Thompson, but he's never available for comment. Fishy, right? $10 says B stands for baloney.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
That's a good point, Hound Dog. I suppose Nancy could go complain to the monkeys. It wouldn't be very productive, but she could at least complain to someone. So now we're in the upper level of the theater. And oh look, what have we here? A gear? We need one of those, but it's missing. Aha!
I can't quite reach.
And if Nancy reaches too far, she tumbles over the edge and hurts herself pretty badly. So I'll be nice to Nancy and I won't make her fall over the edge. And over here, the moose next door. Excuse me? Is that what that was called? The moose next door. I don't know if I want to see it because it sounds so ridiculous. That would be hilarious, right? Nancy's just having a little session with the monkeys.
You must be Nancy. The worry's written all over your face. Well, I'm Joe. I started to look for you, but then I figured better to park myself and let you find me. Any trace of your friend?
I found the secret passageway all right, but no sign of Maya. I can't believe this is happening.
What about calling the police? There's an outside line in the ticket booth.
Thanks, but I already tried that. Standard procedure says I'm on my own for the next 24 hours.
Standard procedure.
They seem to think it might be a prank.
But this theater's going to be torn down in 3 days. Did you tell them that?
I have to find some evidence to convince the police that this is a real emergency.
Well, I checked all the outside doors, and they're locked up tight. Only folks who've been in the theater all day are Brady and Simone, you and Maya, Nicholas Falcone, and myself.
How can you be sure?
Well, I've only got this one pair of eyes, so I can't say 100%.
Did you notice anything suspicious?
I was up here in the projector room, sound testing for the premiere. But I'd be disappointed in your detective work if you didn't put me through the ringer like a regular suspect.
Sound testing. Yeah, I think I remember hearing you practicing your MC voice now that you mention it.
I reckon if the kidnapper wants the demolition stopped, they must be keeping Maya somewhere in the building.
Did I mention what the kidnapper said?
Oh, I think so. Or maybe Brady told me when I saw him in the hall. He seems eager to help.
Helpful suspects. What more could I ask for?
That's the spirit. Now, what's your plan of attack?
Time to start searching. Can you give me a map or some blueprints of this place?
Try calling county administration. The records division keeps that type of stuff. I bet a blueprint would show secret passages that even I've never found. Ask for the original plans, not the ones from the 56 remodel.
What was the 56 remodel all about?
J.J. Thompson, the original owner, died in 1950. His kids inherited it and decided that movie theaters were the wave of the future. Anyway, I've spent the last 40-something years finding my way around this place, so let me know if I can help.
You've been a big help already.
Don't let the turkeys get you down.
Yes, I love that line. That's very kind of you to Nancy. When Troy and I play, we almost always try to find every possible death scene. Yeah. I definitely do when I play the first time, more out of, like, accident than on purpose. But I'm such a goody two-shoes that I feel bad.
Don't touch that projector, dear. It's a temperamental old beast.
But I want to. I want to touch it. What do we have? A little popcorn slide. A book on projector care, indicating that at some point we might get to touch the projector. So that's good.
There was a key here.
We need a key, it seems. Don't let the turkeys get you down. Exactly. It's such an iconic line. Cola from the pop machine in Secrets Can Kill, one would imagine. Okay, here we have a fuse. I think that's what those are. Anything else in here? No? Some random cardigans, it looks like. Wonder if Joseph wears a cardigan every once in a while. He strikes me as kind of a cardigan type of man. Anything on this side? Bunch of gears. Doesn't look like anything. Yep, nothing I see here. Well, that's all right. So, we're supposed to call county administration, it sounds like, and try to get blueprints. Do we have the number for county administration? Oh, no, we need to get that from Mr. Falcone here.
What's up? Can't talk long. Gotta check on my people.
What's your attachment to saving this theater? You seem so personally invested.
Politics is personal, but with this place, it's ultra personal. My grandma, Louisa Falcone, designed the molds for all the insane plasterwork that you see in this lobby and in the auditorium.
The detail is so intricate. You just don't see this kind of artistry in new theaters nowadays.
True, but there's more. I guess the architect-owner guy, J.J. Thompson, ran out of cash before the building was done. He never paid my grandma dime one, and then he denied that she had ever done the work in the first place.
Why didn't he give her the credit?
Yeah, she was the artist type, not a deal maker. I guess she'd never signed any contractual stuff with JJ, and she didn't have the resources to sue him or any of that, so I guess she just had to let it go.
She must have been so frustrated.
Here's the kicker. After JJ sharked her on this 2-year project, she was broke, and then the Great Depression hit. She could never afford to work as an artist again.
What did she do instead?
Louisa, Mother Serenity Falcone? She just kept on trucking in true Falcone style. Died at 97 without a bitter bone in her body. I think she had a happy life, but this theater holds the last artwork she ever did. Don't you see, Nancy? Saving this place is not just for history, it's for justice.
She should at least get credit for her work.
My family has been trying for years, but There doesn't seem to be anything on record that links her to this place. Nancy, could you do me a favor?
Maybe there's something buried in the theater.
While you're searching, could you just keep your eye out?
Maya's my first priority, as you can imagine. But if there's any way I can help set the record straight on this beautiful artwork, I will.
You're cooler than I thought, Nancy.
I try to play it down.
Yeah, Hound Dog, there are a lot of phone calls in this game. It's probably the biggest flaw of this game is that it relies so heavily on making a ton of phone calls. Well, we haven't explored the main level of the theater. I love the attention to detail in this entire theater. It's just so pretty. It looks so real. And we need this nasty piece of gum here on the bottom seat. Put that on the wand. There we go. Marvelous. Yeah, this is just a stunning location. I actually got to visit St. Louis during a spring break. It was like junior year of college or sophomore year of college or something like that. But I visited it with my dad, and we visited an old theater that was very similar to this one in St. Louis. It was so cool. I totally felt like I was Nancy. Men's dressing room. Have any of you been to locations that remind you a lot of a Nancy Drew location? Like you feel like you've always been there? So gorgeous. Yes, Sarah, I totally agree.
Need any help?
Don't you want to know what Maya's article was about?
Well, I thought you said it was about me.
Well, Brady, you are the center of the universe, but actually, her article was about the theater.
Then what did she want to talk to me for? I'm an actor, not a politician.
She never told me what her angle was. I'm asking everyone, where were you when the kidnapping happened?
Me? You think I kidnapped Maya and then breezed in here just 4 minutes later? Where would I hide her, in my back pocket?
Just answer the question, Prince Charmstrong.
Charmstrong?
You're from Missouri? That's so cool. Not St. Louis. There's an old theater that looks like this in my city. That's amazing. This area reminds me of the first episode of a show called Ghost Trackers. My sister and I used to watch that took place in a grand theater. Scared me as a kid. Oh, that sounds scary.
I picked that up from Nicholas. Now please proceed.
Well, I was late getting back from a haircut. This is hard for me. I think my hairline might be receding. It's miserable. Simone's gonna go through the roof.
Why are you so interested in helping me?
Well, Maya was kidnapped from my dressing room after all. I just can't help thinking maybe they meant to kidnap me.
Do you mind if I take a look around in here?
Be my guest.
Talk to you later, Brady.
Don't be a stranger.
Sarah, that's so cool that you got to go to Venice and find all the locations in the game. Oh my gosh, that's totally what I would do. That's amazing. I did visit Germany, but I wasn't in any area that was like the Black Forest. But I did get to see some old German castles that were kind of like the one in Captive Curse.
Nancy Drew, Simone Mueller, don't worry, Vanishing Destiny is off. We've got bigger fish to fry.
So you heard about Maya?
Of course. I mean, a kidnapping? Right out of my star's dressing room? The premiere is small potatoes. It's worth more to us canceled or at least postponed. When the news gets out, the whole nation will be watching.
I'm worried sick about my friend here, and all you can think of is another media event.
Where are you from?
River Heights. Why?
Yes, precisely. River Heights. Listen, doll, I'm from L.A. This ain't my first time at the rodeo. We'll find your friend, or Brady Armstrong will, and when he does, every girl in America will wish she'd been kidnapped instead of Maya what's-her-name.
This theater is going to be demolished in 3 days. Brady can help search if he wants, but I'm not going to sit back and wait for him to save the day.
Honey, you've got spunk. Ever consider acting? This girl power thing is red hot right now. Of course, we'd have to think of a stage name. Nancy Drew is so utterly forgettable.
Yes, Hound Dog, the jacket style must be very popular in the Drew universe.
How long have you been Brady's agent?
I discovered him on an electric spring morning 6 years ago. He was working the original Coney Dog stand on Sunset Boulevard. It was pure luck. I was craving an all-beef frank at 7 a.m. He's been the jewel in my crown ever since.
I'm asking everyone, where were you when the kidnapping happened?
Oh, please, Nancy. I was on the phone, doing business. But if I'm ever hard-pressed for entertainment, I'm sure kidnapping would be a real hoot.
We never get a real satisfactory answer about why she didn't see anything then. Like, was she in here on her phone when the kidnapper took Maya through the passageway, or was she somewhere else?
Joseph says the building was probably locked when the kidnapping happened, and that the kidnapper had to be someone who was inside the theater. Care to comment?
Why don't you tell that little gray troll that I think he did it, just to keep himself from dying of boredom in this old dump? That's my comment.
The voice acting in this game is so good.
I think your phone's about to ring.
Love ya.
Love ya. Oh my gosh. Simone, you're so frustrating. Such a frustrating individual. We should go talk to Nicholas and Joseph. Who orders an all-beef frank at 7 a.m.? Simone. Oh boy, 7 a.m. Time for my hot dog. The best time to eat hot dogs, 7 a.m. The Royal Palladium, alert!
County Administration, 314-555-3309.
All right, so now we can call County Admin. That's great. We love calling government agencies. And we'll check in with Joseph.
Hi, Nancy.
The history of this theater is so rich. I'm surprised the city of St. Louis isn't more interested in preserving it.
Well, they are interested. The Historical Society's been working like the dickens to get this place declared a landmark. But someone downtown has been stalling. They're awfully close.
So where will you go after the demolition? Are you planning to retire?
Greasewood, Arizona. My brother Jake is there. It's a tiny town with no movie theater, so we're going to put one on the map. I got some money saved.
Who is this J.J. Thompson character anyway?
Old J.J. Owner, visionary, wheeler dealer. J.J. loved a magic show. He had this place built with those kind of big spectacle shows in mind. J.J. also happened to love the sight of his own mug in the mirror. You can tell by the way he ornamented the auditorium with his own head.
Gotta go now.
Atta girl.
That's a whole nother level of conceited. When you build a building and decorate it with your own head. Yikes. Okay. I love how all phone numbers in fiction have 555 in them. May as well make the phone number 5555-5555. Exactly. Yeah, it's so weird. Okay, we got one gear using our magical wand with gum on the end. It's a pretty crude approach to solving a problem, but you know what? Sometimes the simple approach is the best approach. All right, let's give County Admin a call with our nice little 555 number. Oh, good, they wrote it down for me.
Records, Madeline speaking.
Hi. I'm looking for the blueprints for the Royal Palladium Theater. Do you have them on file?
Are you a county employee?
No, just a citizen on a mission.
Okay. Well, we do keep blueprints on file. Let's see. The computer says there are 2 sets for the Palladium, 1923 and 1956. Do you have a preference?
1923, please. The originals.
Would you like to hold while I retrieve them?
Sure, thanks.
Her voice 100% sounds like the secretary in Ferris Bueller. I wonder if it's the same person. It's probably not, but it sounds exactly like her. This music's a lot more present.
Ma'am?
Yes, I'm still here.
It's very strange, ma'am. They're gone.
Gone? You mean someone checked them out?
Oh, we don't allow people to check them out. You can bring the blueprints to our reading room and study them there, but they're not supposed to leave the building. I can't imagine where they could be. Hold on, let me see if Charles knows.
I was trying to say it's pleasant music. Usually when you wait on hold, it's like really loud and obnoxious classical music. This is much better.
Ma'am, this is so strange. Charles says some guy was just in here looking at them a few days ago.
What did he look like?
Hold on. Hello? Charles said the guy had a hat on. He never really got a look at the guy.
Was he young or old?
Hey, Charles, young or old? Energetic is all Charles remembers.
Okay, well, my name is Nancy Drew. I'm working on some things over here at the Royal Palladium. Could you do a search for the blueprints?
Sure thing. I'll put in a find request. Call back in 5 to 7 business days.
Next week? Oh, I'm afraid I don't have that kind of time. Is there any way to expedite the search?
I'm afraid not. The guy who does our misplaced materials searches just returned from a month of paternity leave, and he's swamped.
I see.
This is urgent?
Yes, it's urgent, all right. But I'll figure something out. Thanks, Madeline.
Good luck.
Bye.
Wow, it really does. Right, Sarah? Totally does. Troy and I initially thought we need a magnet for that gear. That would make sense. Magic wand with gum is certainly inventive. Yeah. I think the way that puzzles are solved in this game is something that I really enjoy about it because it's very logical. It's like one big giant logic puzzle. Phone out of order. So county admin doesn't have the blueprints that we need. We got another gear that we need. Should we check in with Joseph and tell him that county admin didn't have what we needed?
Hi, Nancy.
Gotta go now.
Don't let the turkeys get you down.
No, that's not necessary. Okay. I guess we can go put the other gear in the puzzle box. That's certainly something we can do. Oh, you know what? We could play Bee's Knees. Okay. I don't fully remember exactly how one is supposed to solve this puzzle. Okay, I think that's definitely what we're supposed to do. So they're both stuck. And then I think we're supposed to make this one follow. Well, I messed that up. Because then it will just follow me wherever I go, won't it? Yeah, okay, so we do this. And then get it stuck in the corner like that. And then do you maybe go... No. Yes? Oh! Well, that was easy. I was trying to make it harder. Madeline's a good name. Reminds me of the cartoon called Madeline that my cousins liked growing up. We had a Christmas Madeline VHS that broke our VCR, though. Oh, no. Is that like the French cartoon? Or, like, the character? Because I loved that cartoon growing up. I loved the books. We got our victory music with our gears here. Nice big old picture of J.J. Thompson on the wall. Some information on J.J. Thompson. Woolly hammer. Play on. And I love all of these musical, like, renames. The Merchant of Milano. Like, isn't it The Merchant of Venice or something? And then Brigadane, the musical. I'm not quite sure what that one is pretending to be. Magdalena Applewhite in Brigadane. King Lear instead of King Liam. Wonderful City. Nebraska is definitely Oklahoma. Nebraska is the place to be. That's right, yes. I loved those cartoons. Those are so good. The books are amazing. Wonderful City. I don't remember that one either. So we can go put these gears in the box down here in our little secret room that we found. I think this is a really good first game to get introduced to the series to, because it's definitely on the easier side, but there's still a really cool story with it. What was everyone's first game? Wow, how did I never see some of these King Liam, right? Okay, we got a key. Dear Mr. Houdini, congratulations on your latest unbelievable feat. Never have I seen the crowd at the Royal Palladium so enthralled by a performer. Stupendous. Honestly, I was assured that the watery grave was inescapable, even for a master such as yourself. Really, if I'd had any notion of risking my money, I might not have offered so grandiose a reward. After all, what man is made of money? Isn't that right, Mr. Houdini? My point is, well, I must admit that my cash flow is a little tight at the moment. More specifically, I do not have $50,000 available to give you at this time. The theater is young, but bound for glory, I'm sure you'll agree. And my bank account is still recovering from the building expenses. I'm sure you understand, sir. However, this letter is an announcement of golden opportunity, Mr. Houdini, not one of gloomy regret. In lieu of cash, and in accordance with my lawyer's counsel, I am prepared to offer you a reward far more valuable than cash. I would like to make you my business partner by transferring 50% ownership of the Royal Palladium Theatre into your name. Just think of it. Together we can make the Royal Palladium the foremost venue in the world for magic. Stupendous. Certainly a man as brilliant and worldly as yourself will recognize this as an irresistible offer, and realize that there is no need to squabble over the petty details of your reward, or invite the press to make a mountain out of a molehill in this affair. He's so slimy. Please sign below and return this document to me if you agree to proceed with the transfer of 50% ownership of the theater into your name. In doing so, you will also be agreeing not to sue me or publicly defame my name. A detailed contract will follow. Stupendous. And then they both signed. So JJ does not own the entire theater. I love how the King Liam one had a playwright of William Shaker, right? William Shaker. My first game was Royal Tower, but the first one we beat that got us into the series was Haunted Mansion. Nice. Yeah, that's true. The first game I ever attempted to play was Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake, but this is the first one that I actually beat. And then I went back to Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake and then finished that one second. My first games were a 2-pack of Secret of the Scarlet Hand and Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. I played a little bit of both of them at the same time. Finished Ghost Dogs first. That's awesome. Oh, I love Ghost Dogs. That is such a good mystery. Shall we talk to Simone?
On your stage name? I'm thinking Samantha Quick.
You love it, right?
No. But I do love that that's a cookie to Samantha Quick, who we'll first find in Phantom of Venice and then later in The Silent Spy.
I think your phone's about to ring.
Ciao.
Oh, Simone. Should we just crawl through her dresser? Should we take the shortcut way? Because Nancy just does that, you know? Why use a normal door when you can go through a cabinet? Much more exciting. Much more adventurous, or like Ned says, it's the more exciting way to enter a room. We wouldn't want to be mundane, now would we?
Need any help?
Talk to you later, Brady.
You betcha.
I'm thinking we need to make some phone calls now. Like, I think we need to call Ned and Bess because they still don't know that Maya's missing. And I think then that triggers a bunch of other things that we can then do. Plus, we also need to tell Nicholas what we found. Simone is Samantha Quick confirmed. Yes! More conspiracy theories! Yes, please! I love them.
How goes the search?
I haven't found anything that mentions your grandmother, but I did find something very interesting about the ownership of the theater.
Well, don't just stand there. Start breaking it down.
Did you ever hear about a challenge that J.J. Thompson issued to Harry Houdini back in 1925?
Yeah, and?
J.J. put up a big reward for this Houdini challenge. He must have thought the escape was impossible, but Houdini did it, and J.J. didn't have the reward money.
What does this have to do with the ownership of the theater?
From what I can tell, J.J. had to give Harry Houdini 50% of the theater as the reward.
Ha! Serves that swindler J.J. right. Nancy, do you realize what this means?
I'm working on a couple of theories.
If Thompson didn't own the whole place, then whoever inherited it from Thompson doesn't legally own the whole place either.
Which means they don't have the authority to knock this building down.
We've got to find out what happened to his half of the ownership. You keep looking for Maya. I've got a laptop out in my van. I'll get online and do some research. Check back soon.
I love the way he said that.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
I've got a laptop out in my van.
Nancy, it's Joseph. Wait till you see this. Come to the projection room.
Okay. Way too excited about his van.
Nancy, take a look at this.
It's the new journal.
Oh my gosh, Maya's press pass.
Brady found it.
This should be enough evidence to get the police over here, don't you think?
I should think so. Give the police a call, and then you better go back to your hotel and get some rest.
Just when I have a lead? No way! I've got to keep searching.
You won't be any help to Maya if you get too tired to think.
Well, I guess you have a point there.
Go ahead and use the phone in the ticket booth. I'll be down in a minute.
This is such a nice quarantine activity. Thank you. You are so welcome, Sarah. I absolutely love doing this. And I think it's a great time with the social distancing and the quarantining that's required. So I'm very pleased to be playing this game with you guys. Thanks for joining. Should we probably should call Ned and Bess, right? They should probably know.
Hello?
Hi, Bess. It's Nancy.
Nancy, it's about time. How's St. Louis?
Something terrible has happened. Maya went to Brady's dressing room to interview him. I guess he wasn't there. She screamed, and now she's gone. I think she's been kidnapped.
Oh my gosh. Why would anyone want to kidnap Maya?
I received a threatening phone call. Somebody wants desperately to stop this demolition, and they're holding Maya as a bargaining tool.
That's terrible. Have you called the police?
I called, all right, but get this. According to standard procedure, they can't get involved until Maya has been missing for 24 hours.
What could possibly be standard about a girl getting kidnapped?
They're not convinced it's a kidnapping.
Well, how did she disappear then? Poof? Alakazam?
Sergeant Ramsey says it could be a prank, or Maya might have just taken off or something.
Sergeant Ramsey obviously doesn't know Wash U's most dedicated reporter.
It's true. The only way she would have abandoned this story is if someone dragged her away from it.
Do Maya's parents know?
They always travel this time of year, remember? And besides, I've got to find Maya before this demolition. I doubt her parents could get back from the other side of the world before then anyway.
What a mess.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been so personally attached to a case.
Call me back when you know more. I'll get a hold of George and Ned and let them know what's going on. Poor Maya. I guess the only consolation is that she's got you on the rescue mission.
Okay, Bess is aware now. Give Mr. Nickerson a call. Ned Stuffer.
Hello?
Ned, it's me.
Nancy. Bess called and told me what happened with Maya. I've been worried sick.
Did she tell you what the police said?
About the 24-hour delay? Yeah, she told me. But I have faith in you, Nancy. You've solved plenty of cases before without help from the police. So let's get down to business. Who are your suspects?
It seems there were only 4 people in the building at the time of the kidnapping, besides Maya and myself. Brady Armstrong, Simone Mueller, his agent, Nicholas Falcone, a political activist, and the caretaker, Joseph Hughes.
Any hunches?
Not yet. I've got a lot of work to do.
Call me anytime. I'll try to stay close to the phone.
By the time I finally got to talk to Simone Mueller, she had heard all about the kidnapping and canceled the premiere of Vanishing Destiny.
Sounds like bad news travels fast around old theaters.
That's just the thing. Simone didn't seem to think Maya's kidnapping was bad news at all. She kept calling it a great opportunity. She kept saying what fabulous publicity it's going to be for Brady.
Sounds like she knows how to turn a profit in any situation.
The question is she just responding to the situation, or did she have a hand in creating it in the first place?
No flies on you, Nancy Drew. Sounds to me like your detective mind is in high gear.
I've got to think of a way to get this demolition stopped.
Well, the police aren't being much help. But couldn't you try contacting the owner of the building? I'm sure he or she would be willing to postpone for a couple of days. I mean, what's the rush?
According to Nicholas, his name is B. Thompson, and he won't talk to the press.
I wonder what he has to hide.
His building firm is called Wave of the Future.
Catchy. I wonder what he has against the present.
Ned, I just remembered something. Joseph used the phrase Wave of the Future when I first met him. He was talking about the remodel of the theater in 1956. Do you think it's a coincidence?
I don't know, Nance. If Joseph turns out to be the owner of the theater and the guy behind the demolition, I think it'll be fair to say you've seen everything.
Sergeant Ramsey thinks this whole situation is raw. Indeed. Just looked it up in 523 area code. Is California. That's so interesting, because technically I think River Heights is supposed to be, or it's hypothesized to be, in Illinois. Ooh, good detective work, Sarah.
Harry Houdini must have been quite a character.
What makes you say that?
Oh, it just sounds like he was so generous and passionate about his craft. Everyone loved him.
Any theories yet on what he did with his half of the theater?
No, but I highly doubt he was generous enough to give his half back to old J.J. Thompson.
That wouldn't have been an act of generosity anyway. It would have been a lapse in judgment.
Bye, Ned.
Bye, Nancy.
All right, now we can call the cops. Sergeant Ramsey, I have evidence.
St. Louis Police Department.
Missing Persons Unit, please.
Please hold. Missing persons, this is Ramsey.
Hi, Sergeant Ramsey. This is Nancy Drew. I spoke to you earlier today about the disappearance of my friend, Maya Wen.
Hello, Miss Drew. You're calling to tell me that you found your friend, I hope.
I wish that were true, sir. No, she's still missing. I'm calling to report that I have the evidence you asked for.
What did you find?
Someone else here at the theater found Maya's press pass. It was clipped to her shirt when she went into the dressing room. It must have been torn off when she was kidnapped.
Or it fell off. Or she just tossed it.
Maya is very serious about her work, Sergeant Ramsey. She never goes anywhere without that pass, and she would not willingly leave it behind.
Is the pass damaged in any way?
No.
Was anything disturbed in the area where it was found?
I don't know. I'm not the one who found it.
Okay, well, thanks for checking in, Miss Drew. If Maya hasn't turned up by tomorrow, we'll definitely be out to investigate. Someone will take a look at the press pass then.
But you said that if I found evidence, you'd investigate the theater today.
I'm sorry, Miss Drew, but we can't go chasing after every kid who decides to take a leave of absence. The vast majority of missing juveniles disappear of their own accord, and they reappear when they're good and ready.
You have to believe me. Maya would never play this kind of game. Nicholas Falcone said he thinks somebody is using her to make a statement.
Nicholas Falcone? Is he involved in this? Are you involved with him?
Haddett is demonstrating against the demolition in front of the theater. Nicholas has set up shop in the lobby. I've spoken to him. I'm not involved with him.
Are you aware of the allegations against Mr. Falcone's character, Miss Drew?
Allegations?
Nick Falcone operates according to his own rules. He'll do just about anything to save a theater, and he's not afraid to use extreme tactics.
What kind of extreme tactics?
You name it. Vandalism, sabotage, chaining himself to demolition machinery.
Is that right?
And last year there was a situation over in Nashville. Just when the oldest theater in the city is about to be torn down, and mind you, Haddett is there in full force, a girl goes missing. So happens she's the daughter of the demolition boss. They go crazy looking for her. There's a call, just like the one you described. Anyway, to make a long story short, the demolition is called off. And 3 weeks later, the girl is seen snuggling up to Falcone in a Memphis coffee shop.
Are you suggesting Nicholas is staging this thing?
I'm just saying that there's more to situations like these than meets the eye. Nick Falcone is a real operator and he likes to humiliate the police. I'm not gonna jump on the bandwagon here with this whole Royal Palladium thing and let him make my unit look like a bunch of chumps.
I see.
So you aren't gonna have any credit with us if you join ranks with him.
Does he have a criminal record?
Oh, minor stuff. Disorderly conduct, trespassing, yada yada yada. But Nick Falcone can slime his way out of a sticky situation like no one I've ever seen. Unfortunately, there's no jail sentence for being a royal pain in the neck.
There are no good citizenship awards for it either.
Look, I know you're worried, but for now, there's nothing we can do. And there's nothing you can do either. Why don't you go home and get some rest? I'm sure you've had a long day.
Well, this has been very informative, Sergeant Ramsey. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Good night, Miss Drew.
Right, Sarah, it is supposed to be Illinois. And then fun fact, Hound Dog, yeah, the last 4 digits of Bess's phone number spell hint, that's right. And then the last 4 of Ned's spell help, H-E-L-P. And when George has a number, it spells clue, 2583. Which is pretty fun. I think that's really cool.
I heard the whole thing, Nancy. Go get some sleep. I'll keep an eye on things till morning.
Thanks, Joseph. What is this? R.I.P. Deepest sympathy? Planning a funeral is such a dreadful pain. Wouldn't you rather just stop the demolition? What? Excuse me? That's awful. I wonder if Joseph knows anything about it. Wait, and what's this? Missing, Maya Wynn. Birthday, October 22nd. Oh my gosh, she has the same birthday as my brother. 1982. Vietnamese. 127 pounds, part oily, part dry, brown eyes, even in good repair teeth. Last seen wearing jeans with an embroidered cuffs and a black top with blue butterflies on it. Reward for information leading to Maya's safe return, Brady Armstrong is offering signed posters of his new movie, Vanishing Destiny? What? What kind of a Simone Mueller head of publicity, of course. That's awful. That's right, I was going to mention that too, only realized that recently. Yeah, it's super cool. Creepy, right, Sarah? Dawn of the second day, 48 hours remain. Exactly. I like how they did this too. It makes the progression very clear.
I'm sorry you had to see that wreath, Nancy. It's disgusting.
This is one creepy kidnapper, that's for sure.
Let's hope the kidnapper just did this to scare you.
It's just strange. I mean, why would the kidnapper go to the trouble to have that thing arranged and delivered here?
The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. I don't know how the press got a hold of this, but they're all over it like ants on a picnic.
Where did those missing posters come from?
I can't say for sure, but I could make an educated guess.
Right, a signed poster. Ooh, let me call in right away.
Are you thinking of a certain Hollywood agent we know?
Can you believe the way she diverted all of the attention away from Maya and used the poster to promote Brady as the big hero? This shouldn't be happening. It's all backwards.
The police told me Nicholas Falcone is known for using extreme tactics to further his political causes. Why are you letting him use the lobby as his headquarters?
Nicholas has been hanging around this theater since he was a little boy. I know how torn up he is about the theater. This'll be over soon enough, and then he'll go home. I don't think he's dangerous, for gosh sakes.
Gotta go now.
Atta girl.
Wow. All right, let's see if Nicholas is down here. He is.
Nancy, what's the 411?
Thanks to you, the police think this whole kidnapping is a hoax.
That's all hearsay, Nancy. They got no witnesses, no testimony, no nothing.
So you have or have not used kidnapping to further your causes in the past?
I am not an eco-terrorist, and I would never orchestrate the temporary disappearance of anyone who wasn't in on the plan and down with the cause.
Maybe you'd better think about being in on the law and down with the truth, Nicholas.
All right, Officer Nancy, chill out, will ya? I'm on your side.
I'm asking everyone, where were you when the kidnapping happened?
I was outside, harnessing public outrage. Ask anyone.
Joseph told me that the St. Louis Historical Society is in the process of trying to declare this building an historical landmark.
They've been in that process for years. It's all just a big wad of red tape, a bunch of bureaucratic hocus pocus. Hadit's about action, not paperwork.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
Can I talk to him again?
I got the number. I left it in the ticket booth. This woman isn't a Houdini herself. She's the widow of one of Houdini's cousins.
But it couldn't hurt to give her a call. I'll get right on that.
One of my favorite phone characters of all time. I can't wait. Eustacia Andropov, Florida. Let's give Eustacia Andropov a call.
Yes, hello.
Hello, is this Eustacia Andropov?
Who else would it be? Everyone else is dead.
Oh, Mrs. Andropov, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm trying to find out some information about Harry Houdini. Is it true that you're his cousin?
Who wants to know?
Oh, I beg your pardon. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm a detective working on a case in St. Louis.
Harry was only my cousin by marriage, but my husband is dead, and so is Harry. So I guess that makes me nobody's cousin. Satisfied?
I'm researching Mr. Houdini's ownership of the Royal Palladium Theater. Would you know anything about this?
He owned it. Half of it anyway, for a few months. Then he died. Does that help?
Do you know what happened to his half? Did he sign it back over to J.J. Thompson?
Return it to James Jehoshaphat? Mr. Stupendous? Not on his life. Losing that man was Harry's greatest escape.
Did someone in Houdini's family inherit the theater?
Harry made a plan to give his half of the theater to someone he admired. A young magician, I assume. Perhaps a protege. I remember my husband telling me this.
Can you tell me anything more?
More? I'm 96 over here. I don't exactly have time to burn.
I know it was a long time ago, Mrs. Andropov, but this is terribly important. My friend is in danger, and finding out what happened to Houdini's half of the theater may be my only hope of saving her.
Call the Library of Congress. Ask about the Houdini collection. There must be something in all of those letters. You tell that Sherman Trout, Eustacia said. You're not dead yet, Shermy, so get up and make yourself useful.
The Library of Congress. You don't happen to have that number, do you?
Well, I should have this letter from Shermy around here somewhere. Cat food coupons. Vincent Jacozzi repair. Dear Eustacia. Here we go. Library of Congress, Washington, D.C. 202-555-5000.
Thanks, Mrs. Andropov. You've been a great help.
Save it for my funeral.
I love her. I guess that makes me nobody's cousin. Satisfied. She's great.
Manuscripts.
I'm trying to reach Sherman Trout, please.
Speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, Mr. Trout. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm a detective working on a case that involves Harry Houdini and the Royal Palladium Theater in St. Louis. Eustacia Andropov recommended I call you.
Ah, yes. Eustacia was most helpful to us when we were assembling our Houdini collection.
I presume you'd like to have a look at it?
Yes, please, Mr. Trout. I'm very interested.
Fine. Well, you'll just need to register with the library when you get here and fill out a request for the materials you wish to view. When your request has been processed, the materials will be delivered to one of our reading rooms where you can view them.
Mr. Trout, please let me explain. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to come to Washington, D.C. to do research. I'm hoping you could help me find a document.
Well, Miss Drew, I'm sorry if you have logistical constraints, but please understand my own limitations. The Library of Congress currently holds over 40 million items, contained in 10,000 separate collections. It's the largest and most comprehensive library in the world. I simply don't have time to run research errands for the individual citizens.
Mr. Trout, if I don't solve this case in a matter of hours, the building I'm standing in will be demolished and an innocent 19-year-old girl, a friend of mine, may lose her life. You may be my only hope.
Why is your friend in danger?
She was kidnapped by someone desperate to save this building from demolition.
And what can you possibly be hoping to find in the Houdini collection that would help matters?
Mr. Houdini was part owner of the theater, and I'm trying to find out who inherited his half or what became of it when he died. I'm hoping Houdini might have discussed it somewhere in his personal documents. If I can prove that the current owner is not legally the full owner, then maybe I can get the demolition stopped and save Maya.
I see. Well, this sounds urgent. I suppose I can take a look.
That would be such a help, Mr. Trout. If you find anything, could you overnight it to me at the Royal Palladium?
Well, I certainly can't send you the document itself. It's a historical artifact now. But I could send you a slide. What's the street address there, if I find anything?
It's 1330 Washington Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri, 63101. Please send the package in care of Nicholas Falcone or myself, Nancy Drew. I can't tell you how grateful I am, Mr. Trout. You might just be a lifesaver.
Miss Drew, I assure you, Sherman Trout is a man of his word.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Hound Dog Mr. Trout is Ned in the future. He time warped. Fun fact, if you call the Library of Congress before you know it, it'll let you select from the songs. Oh, from all the songs in the game. That's cool. Did you know the Library of Congress has 8.1 million pieces of sheet music? I went there last year and that was one of their bragging points. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Wow. That is a lot of sheet music. Oh my goodness. So now I think we can yell at Simone. I don't know why we knocked. We should have just barged in and kicked the door down.
Have you seen the posters? Aren't they fabulous?
That picture of Maya is the one from her press pass, isn't it?
Yes. Thankfully, she's photogenic.
What if she wasn't photogenic? Would you be less interested in helping her?
Not necessarily. I just have to be more creative about my publicity if I couldn't use photos. Brady's out plastering those posters all over St. Louis and every podunk town for 50 miles. He's due back at any time, though, for the press conference.
Thanks so much for joining, Hound Dog. I hope you have a good time at work. It was so nice to see you.
What's he doing that for?
Just to make sure this case isn't falling below the public radar. And besides, it's not for sure she's in the building. I've invited the press here today to report on Brady's commitment to solving this case. You know, a few questions, a few photo ops, no big deal. That funeral wreath was awful, wasn't it?
What do you know about that wreath?
I had it moved out front for the press conference. We want the press to know just how heartless this kidnapper is, don't we? Then it's all the more fabulous when Brady saves the day.
I resent the podunk town comment, Simone. I agree. As someone else from a small town...
I think your phone's about to ring.
Love ya.
It's quite insulting. Simone is just so rude. She, doesn't filter anything that she is thinking at all. Is Brady still around? No. Oh, but he has left us a book. You are what you project, becoming the captain of your own destiny. In the last chapter, we established one of life's great truths and the premise of this book. You are what you project. Another way of putting this is, what you project is who you are. I suppose. As we saw in the cases of Lisa and Dwayne, Lisa, message in a haunted mansion, Dwayne, stay tuned for danger, a negative attitude is a poor foundation from which to win friends and influence people. Because who wants to be around a grouch or do favors for a loser? No one. I love the things that he has highlighted. You are my oyster. Fame, fortune, and social popularity. It's body language, too. Straight to the top. Yes. So ridiculous. Cabin boy. I'll get that for you, sir. I'm busy. Get it yourself. There is no limit to my worth. I'm driven to quench my thirst. I eat my competitors for dinner. I'll make baldness irresistible. You grabbed your destiny by the horns and sailed it into the sunset. So weird. Come back here and swab this deck. You work for me, Captain Brady, Simone overboard. That looks like a doodle that Sunny would do. And then it has the fashion styles. This is for Gemini. So if there's any Geminis in the chat, this is your style. You can wear Wild Wild West style with some alligator skin boots, a pair of shiny spurs, and a turquoise studded belt. You could wear a pirate outfit, complete with eye patch, gold hoop earrings, and a parrot. Or you could be a gambling tycoon with a purple velvet hat, lucky dice cufflinks, and a walking cane. So there you go, Geminis. Very sound fashion advice from Perry Midplan. Such a weird little book. So, we know there's going to be a press conference. Is Brady a Gemini? He must be. Because that would explain why he has the Gemini sheet and nothing else. When are Geminis born?
Did you call? What's the story?
Sure did.
Go on, spill it.
She didn't know much, but she gave me the number of this guy at the Library of Congress who has access to the archives of Houdini's letters.
And what did they say?
Right? What about the rest of us who want to be gambling tycoons or Wild Wild West?
Sherman Trout is on our side. Keep your eyes peeled for a special delivery.
Way to go, Nancy! You're on fire!
Can you believe Brady's agent has called this press conference to trump up his heroics? She can barely even remember Maya's name.
Don't worry, Nancy. This cowboy will be on the scene with a megaphone in each holster. I guarantee you the press will get more than they bargained for.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
Fight the power. Yet another classic phrase that came from this game. Geminis are May 21st to June 21st. Oh, okay. So Brady's birthday presumably is sometime in June, early June or late May, maybe.
Hi, Nancy.
Gotta go now.
Don't let the turkeys get you down.
I won't let the turkeys get me down, Joseph. I will make the turkeys lift me up. Okay. Who can we call? Ghostbusters? There's more missing posters. I think I'm supposed to call Bess. And they'll tell me to snoop.
Hello?
It's me again.
Hi, Nancy. I've got George here, too. Bess filled me in, Nancy. Any developments?
I'm just searching the theater, questioning suspects.
And?
I took Joseph's advice and called county administration to see about the blueprints for the theater.
He sounds like a big help.
Yes, but the woman on the phone said that the blueprints are missing.
Official records? Missing?
She said that a man was in last week looking at them, but they haven't been seen since.
The kidnapper? Or a certain smoldering sidekick?
Well, whoever it was, they must have taken the blueprints with them. How on earth am I going to find all the secret rooms and passages in this place now?
I'm not worried, Nancy. Me neither. You could probably find a secret passage in a paper bag. Are you kidding, George? Nancy could find a secret passage in a blueberry muffin.
Right, Sarah? The yak poster is pretty beautiful.
When I spoke to the police about Maya's press pass, they said that Nicholas is known for using extreme tactics, and that he might even have been involved in a staged kidnapping last year in Nashville.
You don't think Maya could be mixed up with him somehow, do you?
No way. Maya expresses her politics by writing about them. You know, the pen is mightier than the sword. She and Nicholas Falcone don't even speak the same language.
I think you're right, George. But Sergeant Ramsey said I wouldn't have any credit with the police if I joined forces with Nicholas.
Who said anything about joining forces? After all, he's still a prime suspect. But that doesn't mean he's not a valuable source of information when it comes to the theater.
She's right, Nancy. As long as he continues to shoot off his mouth, you want to be around to take notes.
Simone has called a press conference. I'd like to hear what's being said, but I get the feeling I'm not welcome.
Bess, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Here's what I'm thinking. When has the lack of an invitation ever stopped Nancy Drew before? Is that what you're thinking?
Bingo!
So you think I should just barge right in?
Better yet, why not just listen in? That way you know things that Simone and the others don't know you know. You know?
Bess has a few rocks in her mouth, but she's right. And besides, there's another good reason to keep a low profile.
I know what you're thinking, George. When the cats are away,
the detective mouse will snoop.
Ah, you have a point there, ladies. This might be my only chance to get some,
Insight?
Yes, some insight into the lives of my suspects. Good idea.
We're full of them. Right, Bess?
Chock full. Bursting at the seams. We're practically ideaphoric.
When I arrived at the theater this morning, someone had delivered a funeral wreath.
What?
Isn't that creepy?
You don't know who it was from?
It was from the kidnapper, I assume. The note said something like, "Wouldn't you rather stop the demolition than plan a funeral?"
Since when do kidnappers have the time to special order flower arrangements?
Apparently this kidnapper isn't afraid of the limelight.
Look at the bright side, Nancy. If you find out who sent that wreath, your case is as good as closed.
I met Nicholas Falcone, the leader of Hadit. His organization is camped out in front of the theater, demonstrating against the demolition.
What's the deal with Hadit?
Nicholas says he's sworn to slay the dragon of corporate generica.
All in favor of men who slay dragons, say aye.
Honestly, Bess, what are we going to do with you? Nancy, what in the world is generica?
I think it's a term for what this country would be like if suddenly it all looked the same.
Oh, you mean if it became generic, like a bar of soap that's just called soap?
Right. Hadit believes that protecting historical buildings is key to preserving our national character.
That sounds noble.
Yeah, except he practically jumped for joy when I told him the kidnapper's motive is to save the theater.
Uh-oh. Sounds like you better keep an eye on him, Nancy.
Nicholas told me that his grandmother did a lot of the artwork inside the theater, but that J.J. Thompson, the original owner, never paid her or even gave her credit for it.
That's terrible.
I can see why he's so dedicated to saving the theater, then.
Yeah, I'd like to learn more about this J.J. Thompson.
Maybe you can help Nicholas get his grandmother the credit she deserved.
I told him I'd keep my eye out for anything that would prove her connection to this place.
I wonder if J.J. left any of his personal effects behind.
If he did, I'm sure they're gone now. His kids must have cleared the place out when they remodeled in 1956, a few years after he died. That's when it became a movie theater.
You never know, Nancy. If there's one thing your detective work proves every time, it's that old buildings are the keepers of old secrets.
Let's just hope this building lives long enough to tell.
Brady said Simone wants him to appear wholesomely smoldering to his public. What in the world do you think that means?
Well, wholesome makes me think of apple pie.
And to smolder, according to my trusty dictionary, is to burn slowly from the inside, without flame.
So, he's a sweetie pie on the outside, but too hot to touch.
Oh, did you have to bring this up with Bess here, Nancy?
It seems like the two things don't go together. One is safe, the other is dangerous.
Interesting. Maybe that's Brady's whole dilemma. He doesn't know whether he's a good guy or a bad guy.
Which is exactly why he can't be trusted.
Okay, you two. I'll talk to you soon.
Good luck.
Be careful.
Hoofda. So many phone conversations.
Hola.
Catch you later.
On the flip side.
Okay, we need to trigger the press conference. So we've talked to Bess and George, so now Nancy knows that it's at least happening. Surprise, I'm back, but only for 5 minutes. These streams are always awesome. Thanks, Hound Dog. Welcome back for the next 5 minutes. Pleased to have you.
How are you holding up?
Thanks for finding Maya's press pass. Where was it?
I found it in the basement. The balcony. It was the balcony.
Whoa.
Balcony, basement, whatever. It's just my friend's life that's in danger here.
Please, Nancy. It's not me.
Oh, really? Is somebody operating you by remote control?
It's Simone. She's relentless. I'm just a hostage on her runaway bus.
That's funny. I don't see any gun to your head, just a wad of money dangling in front of your nose.
It's more complicated than you think. Listen, I've got to get ready for this press conference. I'll talk to you later.
Brady. So slimy. Just like Simone. I told my friend Troy about these streams too, so he may stop by too in the future. Yay! All detectives are welcome. That's awesome.
Okay, folks.
Oh, good, we triggered it.
Mrs. Mueller and Mr. Armstrong will do their best to answer all of your questions in the time allotted. But let's proceed with good manners, shall we?
Thank you, all, for coming. I'm only sorry that the circumstances of our meeting are not more festive. Wouldn't it be nice if we were all gathered here today to revel in the blockbuster success of Brady Armstrong's new movie, Vanishing Destiny? Wouldn't we all prefer to turn our attention to record ticket sales and the squeals of delighted fans across the nation? But, alas, we have come together today over tragedy, not triumph. I've called this conference specifically to let you know, and I trust you will take it upon yourselves to inform the world, that Brady Armstrong will not rest. The greatest performance of his career will not be unveiled until Maya Nguyen...
Hey, lady, you're breaking my heart. But isn't her name Maya Wynn?
Until Maya Wynn is returned to her friends and family, safe and sound. Already, our real-life hero has searched this theater and uncovered important evidence. Already, he has driven 200 miles in a rent-a-car, no less, distributing missing posters to all the outer-lying regions of this great city. You see, Brady Armstrong is a hero and a regular guy, all rolled into one.
Ooh, I'm swooning.
Put a sock in it, Mr. Camouflage. And now, without further ado, I'd like to open the floor up to questions.
Is it true that the girl was at the theater to interview Brady Armstrong? What was the interview about?
Mr. Charmstrong, do you find your fans respond to you more in your chicken suit or in your curly wig?
Did anyone hear her scream?
Ms. Mueller, you're his agent. Chicken suit or curly wig?
Any speculation of where the kidnapper's hiding her? Where did this funeral wreath come from?
Isn't it a little unusual for a movie star to help with a kidnapping like this?
People, one at a time. Brady.
Well, with all of my experience on the silver screen, I feel well prepared to save the day in St. Louis.
Do you think that kidnapper is violent?
Mr. Charmstrong, have you ever thought about growing a mustache? It might really distinguish you.
Is it true you're offering a reward for the facts leading to Maya's return?
That's right. autographed movie posters for anyone and everyone who comes forward with a decent lead.
Yes, is it true that that Detective Nancy Drew is on the case?
Yes, Nancy Drew is investigating.
Is she available for comment?
It's a difficult situation. You see, Maya is a friend of Nancy's, and the personal connection, well, it may be clouding the detective's judgment. She's really on edge.
Isn't anybody around here concerned about the welfare of this magnificent theater? There's more than one life at stake today, you know. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, press people, over here. If you want the real story, talk to me. Sorry, Miss Mueller, you'll have your photo op in a moment. Yeah, over here, down by my van.
Great question, probably biorobotic actor dramatic yeller. I love that, Hound Dog. Have a good time at work. Thank you so much for joining. It was so nice to see you. Bye. Okay, so interesting press conference for sure. Simone was very rude about Nancy. How dare she insinuate that we can't keep a clear head during this case? Excuse me, Simone. Do you find that your fans respond to you more in your chicken suit or curly wig? Have you ever thought of growing a mustache? It might really distinguish you. I love those lines. So he's got some, mints? Or are these like Tums or something? And some tea. It's got the crossword puzzle. Dear Mr. Hughes, we received your letter inquiring about the whereabouts of Jacob Hughes. Unfortunately, Jake died 6 months ago. He had been ill with emphysema for some time, but you'll be glad to know that he enjoyed his cigarettes to the end and died peacefully in his sleep. We regret that we were unable to contact you at the time of his death, but we had no idea that Jake had a brother. He never mentioned any family, and our research didn't turn up any leads. Your brother was cremated according to his last wishes, and no rent was due on his room. Please contact the county coroner's office if you would like to have his ashes shipped to you. Oh, that's really sad. So Joseph's brother is actually dead. So he lied to us about going to Arizona.
It's locked.
That's interesting. It appears as though we can look at the projector now that Joseph isn't here to tell us not to. So we could try it out with this one that we found. And then focus it. Let's go out to the lobby. Nice. So...
something's missing here.
Anything else we can do with the projector? I don't think so, because this key doesn't work for the projector, right? This is the wrong key.
It's locked.
Right. That is a key for a different thing. Can Nancy say something into the microphone? We've got all of these controls here. Got the microphone. Okay. I think that's everything here. I think this is my favorite part of the mystery, is snooping around while everyone is at the press conference. There's like such an adrenaline rush with snooping around when others are busy and they could be back at any moment. Definitely one of the best parts. I think there's nothing new to find in Brady's room because we found his weird book about his fashion sense and how that definitely would help him be more confident, it seems. I'm not quite sure what he was going for, but... Now this is interesting. We haven't gotten to snoop through any of Simone's stuff yet. What do we have? Bobby pins. A bunch of makeup, it looks like. Makeup accessories. In her bag. What's in here? A camera. Baroque tours. If it ain't Baroque, then take our tours. Haha. Okay. Oh, that's the curly wig that we heard about. And this is the chicken suit. So clearly Brady is more a fan of the curly wig. Oh. Okay, Maya's press pass in the basement. Brady posing with it like a schmuck. But then they brought it to the balcony. Probably because there was better light for the pictures. Ugh. Awful. Okay, and Simone has Jake's Talent Farm, Mama Centric's Wellness Garden, specializing in aromatherapy and other holistic remedies, Shauna Q. Ramos, a producer, Happy Spines chiropractor, Ezekiel's Martini and Sushi Bar, Georgie Bear, 813 star. And then a funeral wreath from Ginger's 24-hour snooper flowerama. I love snooping while everyone's at the press conference too. Such an adrenaline rush. Yes, exactly, Sarah. Nothing tacky. Funeral wreath, $294. Ribbon, rest in peace. So Simone bought the funeral wreath. And we need to change this to 813, and the stars go on the bottom. So, I mean, that's top and bottom. How? Okay, we got the right stars, but not the right numbers in the middle. Eight, 1, 3. Aha, we did it. Okay, so now we're in Simone's PDA. Stevie, lunch date with Brady, cast party. An email to Brady. For starters, I'm a huge fan. I've been seeing your movies since I was like 14. To this day, I still think your best performance was in Lie Like a Rug, but who knows? Maybe Vanishing Destiny will top it. I'm in college at Wash U now, and I'm planning to go to your premiere at the Royal Palladium. I'm contacting you because I'm hoping to interview you for an article I'm writing for my school paper. I'm sure you're very busy, but could I stop by your dressing room the afternoon of the premiere? I only have a few questions. So this is from Maya. And then Simone responded, I'd be happy to meet with you so long as we provide any and all photos of me for the article. We need a full-page ad for Destiny in your school paper. We spoke to advertising and they claim it's past the deadline. Thanks for being so generous. As far as your ad goes, I checked with the advertising guys. They say a deadline's a deadline. I know tons of people who are going. I'll stop by your dressing room in the afternoon. And then he got an email from a fan, Sarah at School U, Tracy Martine, D. Alexander. I've written you 22 emails and I haven't heard anything. Right back. Z. Stevens. I just read an article that said sometimes men who have ponytails are really just trying to cover up a bald spot. You don't have a bald spot, do you? Please tell. I promise I can keep a secret. E. Banks. I'm wondering what your next movie is going to be. Can you play guitar? Lots of fan mail. As far as dudes go, I'm probably your number one fan. I'm also a young actor. Jamie at spaghettihead.net. P.S. Do you think this is a good stage name? P.S. Your ponytail is cool. What kind of hair gel do you use? These emails are ridiculous. She sent to Georgie Bear. Can't talk though, a lot is happening. I'm a genius. So it looks like Simone is dating someone or is married. Hi, Carol. Listen, something's come up. Won't be flying out of St. Louis. I'll get back to you when I know for sure. Cecil, things are better than I could have hoped. The premiere is going off for now. The news is spreading like wildfire. Listen, Cecil, have you been brushing Miss Sparkles? I checked in with her this morning on the webcam and she's looking awfully bedraggled. She's a very sensitive cat, Cecil. She hates to have a bad fur day. If she's traumatized when I get home, you'll be sorry you ever met me. Merv, thanks for getting back to me with those contact sheets. Very interesting. That's hilarious. I've always wanted a webcam for when I'm gone and like on a vacation or something and you want to be able to see your pets and what they're doing. It's a little much, but honestly, I would thoroughly enjoy it. So now that we have a bobby pin, we can use it to unlock the drawer in Brady's dressing room. Over yonder. Handy detective skills. And we have this very helpful stage technician's guide. which gives us step-by-step instructions for how to do the Houdini transformation, which I already have written down in my detective notebook. And then there's a secret room located under the stage, which is super cool. Let's go see if we can uncover that. I remember figuring this out for the first time when I was playing this game and just being so excited. Solving your first...
Smart Nancy Drew. You're wasting precious time. Stop the demolition or you'll never see her again.
That was scary. OMG, I want one too. My cats are up to no good. I know it, right? They have to be. They can't just be catnapping all day. Okay, should we go see if, like, someone was up here? I mean, we have to go here anyway. Yeah, the microphone was on. Nobody's in here. Creepy. Ugh. Gives me the shivers. Okay, so now... we first put in the code 121192. Wonderful. And then we bring the left and right fader power. And then we bring the left and right fader switches all the way down. Turn on the magnet. Bring the fader switches up by 1. Open the trapdoor and turn on the switch. And if we did everything right, the lights will still be up, and we can look out here and see these 2 cages on the stage that weren't there before. I love it. That feeling of victory. That would be so cool to do in real life. Uncovering a secret passageway like this. Has anyone ever done that before? Has anyone found a secret passageway? Because that would be so cool. So let's go down the center. Oh, so cool. And then we go into the cage. How many cats do you have, Sarah? And what do they look like? Such a cat fan. Cats are the best. Dogs are the best too, but I personally just enjoy cats.
Maya!
I can totally see her. Oh no, and then a thing is closing. No! Help! We are stuck. We're trapped. Somebody closed it on us. So now we have to, if we look back in, we can see Maya is now gone and her shoe is gone. Super creepy. Okay, another trapdoor. I wish I'd found a secret passageway, a big lifetime goal of mine. Yes, same. Like, that's on the bucket list for sure. Find a secret passageway somewhere.
These pieces won't budge.
So that's how we get into the magician's room. I have 2, used to have 4. 4 is a lot of kitties. 1 tuxedo cat and 1 very fat orange tabby. Yes. Fat cats are kind of the best, not gonna
Help!
lie.
Is anybody out there?
Who's there?
It's Nancy.
Nancy? For goodness sakes. What are you doing down there? This chair seems to be stuck. Hold on, I'm greasing the wheels here.
I found a secret room under the stage. I've got to check it out.
The magician's room. I swear, Nancy, as long as I've worked here, I've never been able to find my way in there.
I found the door, but the pieces that open the door are stuck.
Here, try this. Hurry.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have like the degreaser. So now we can use this to do the slider puzzle.
This should loosen things up.
And hopefully get into the magician's room. So this may or may not take a second. of problem solving. One never knows for sure. Okay, what if we do this? That doesn't appear super helpful. We need to get this piece out of the way. Like, if we can get... If I can get this orange one to go all the way down, that would help. Because then the bunny can go forward like that. But then what is the question? Up like that, maybe? No. Because now we need to get these two down. Aha. Maybe? Maybe not. See, that feels like it would maybe make sense, but I don't think it does. I wish you could move them in all directions. That would make it much easier. 4 is a lot of cats, but it was the limit for how many our humane society would let us rescue. Oh, that's amazing, Sarah. I love that. God, he's so terrifying. He really is. Why won't... What am I missing here? If we can get... I just gotta get it past this part. Aha! Does that help? Yes. There we go. Okay, I did it. The bunny is free. Let me into the cool room. Maya's gone!
She was just here! Her shoe!
Her shoe and some pizza. And now I really want pizza. That looked really good. Okay, we have a bookshelf. Magic Secrets Volume 4. The Phantom Message. The Secret Card. Igniting the Flash Paper. Just a whole book on kind of like magic tricks. Which is pretty cool. I only know one card trick. And I don't even know why it works. I just know how to do it. But I have no idea why it works. I think it has something to do with like how card counting would work. But no idea. A guillotine, which is probably a reference to The Last Mystery, Treasure in the Royal Tower. Because Marie Antoinette. I want pizza too, right? They made it look so good. So we need these rubber gloves.
Rubber is shockproof.
Rubber is shockproof. It's weird that Nancy knows that right now, but I'm not going to question your psychic abilities, Nancy. I'm just going to roll with it. So now we go out this weird coffin door, secret door. So they would have taken Maya through here and electrocuted the gate.
The gate is electrified.
This is intense. Like, this kidnapper is not messing around. 2, 8, 5, 3, 4. 2, 8, 5, 3, 4, 1, 6, 7, 9. Oh, wow. That was pretty lucky. Where is Maya? Where is she?
Oh, Nancy! Hey!
I think the kidnapper just moved Maya to a new hiding place. Have you seen anything suspicious around here?
Wow, are you sure? I didn't see anything.
I found evidence that will prove that Maya's being held in this building.
Wow! Evidence. Where?
I'll talk to you later. I've got to get a hold of Sergeant Ramsey.
Nancy just running around telling suspects about all the evidence that she found. Brady just conveniently standing in a very suspicious location. I don't think I trust you, Mr. Armstrong.
Hola.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
We better call the police. Pronto. 911! I found pizza! And I need to report it.
St. Louis Police Department.
Missing persons unit, please.
Please hold. Missing persons, this is Ramsey.
Sergeant Ramsey, it's Nancy Drew.
Hi, Miss Drew.
I found Maya.
You found her? So the case is closed.
I found her, and then she disappeared again.
Good grief. This girl's a regular Houdini. All right. What have you got for me?
I found a secret room under the stage. I saw Maya through a peephole, but by the time I got into the room, she was gone. The kidnapper must have moved her.
A peephole, huh? Are you sure you saw her?
Sir, there's evidence. Pizza boxes and one of Maya's shoes. I left everything where it was so you could see for yourself.
So you think the kidnapper's been using this secret room as a base camp? Well, this is very interesting, Miss Drew. It sounds like you've been conducting quite a search.
Now will you please send someone over to investigate?
Yep. Just bear with me while I try to find an available car. Help is on the way, Miss Drew.
Great. Bye.
Help is finally on the way. There are finally some cops coming over. And I think we can go talk to Joseph.
Hi, Nancy. What happened?
I found Maya.
You found her? Oh, that's great. Where is she now?
By the time I got through that door, the room was empty.
Are you sure you didn't just imagine you saw her?
I'm sure. She was there, and now she's gone. Don't tell me you think I'm crazy, too.
But what do you mean, gone? She left?
Well, she didn't just get up and walk away. Her legs were tied.
The kidnapper must have moved her.
I found a couple of pizza boxes down there, so at least I know she's not starving.
Evidence. That should interest the police. Have you called them?
Nancy, you gotta stop blabbing about the evidence.
Yeah, they said they'll come check it out, but they may not be able to get here for a while.
I'll wait up for the police. You get some rest, Nancy. You're gonna need it for tomorrow.
Thanks, Joseph. I am exhausted.
So now Nancy has told 2 people about the evidence. And we made it to day 3. Kidnapper demands $50K. The St. Louis Police Department received a call yesterday demanding $50,000 for the return of Maya Wynn, a 19-year-old Wash U student who disappeared 2 days ago from movie star Brady Armstrong's dressing room at the historic Royal Palladium Theater. So the call came at 4:36. Due to a distortion device, the police are unable to determine if the caller was male or female. According to earlier rumors, the alleged kidnapping was motivated by a fanatic's desire to save the Royal Palladium, but yesterday's caller made no reference to the theater. Well, this is throwing a wrench in things. Yak be nimble, big at... What was that? Yak be nimble, big at box office. Okay, well, the Yak mystery, I guess, is going well. I have another call. Nancy, please see me right away. JH. Or not another call, but another message. Okay, so I guess... Oh, look at... Love this. Have you thought about growing a mustache? It might really distinguish you. Beautiful. Very nice artwork, Nicholas.
Can you believe this ransom demand coming out of thin air?
Do you think it's real?
Apparently, the call came from north of here, a town called Granite City. Personally, I think it's a hoax, but now the police are convinced that Maya's not in this building.
But what about the evidence I found?
Are you sure the pizza boxes were in that magician's room? Because the police couldn't find anything.
What do you mean they couldn't find anything?
They searched the whole building.
How could they miss 2 big pizza boxes with leftover pizza inside? What about Maya's shoe?
No trace of that either.
Even without the evidence, that corner of the room had obviously been lived in recently.
Follow your gut, Nancy. If you think Maya's still here, you keep looking for her, you hear?
I got another threat from the kidnapper. That creepy voice came on the PA and told me to stop searching for Maya.
The projection room? But who? Someone must have ducked out of the press conference. I was so busy with crowd control, I didn't even notice.
Joseph, I did some checking. You don't really have any family in Greasewood, do you?
Now, what you want to go digging into an old man's life for, Nancy?
Everyone's a suspect, Joseph. You know that. If you have nowhere to go after the theater comes down, then maybe you're the kidnapper desperado. It's not so far-fetched, is it?
Now. I am going to Greasewood, and I'm not desperate. I made up the part about my brother so you wouldn't feel sorry for me. You've got enough to worry about, don't you?
It's only a matter of hours until the demolition. How are you holding up, Joseph?
Oh, fine. Everything's great. Fine. I was up till the wee hours polishing up the lobby. Heck, I'm even fixing to repair the old keymaker so you can give it a whirl. Guess old habits die hard, eh?
Gotta go now.
Atta girl.
Please do. All right, we talked to Joseph. Now we should go talk to everyone else, particularly Simone.
Hola.
Catch you later.
On the flip side.
Because we know, as a result of our snooping yesterday, that she is the one that sent the funeral wreath. Not okay, Simone. She must be confronted.
How's progress?
I know you sent the funeral wreath. Now where's Maya?
I don't know what you're talking about, Sugar. Listen, the pressure must really be getting to you. I know a top-notch aromatherapist in town, okay? I'll give you her number.
Come on, Simone. Ginger's 24-hour flower-rama? I believe you've been caught red-handed.
You broke into my personal property? I could have you arrested for that.
It's just business, Simone. You do what agents do, I do what detectives do. I'm sure you can appreciate that.
All right, I sent the stupid wreath, but I'm no kidnapper. I needed something for the cameras, didn't I? And it was a very tasteful arrangement. Should have been for $300. Perhaps I went a little overboard.
Someone should sentence you to 50 years of humanity service, whether you're the kidnapper or not.
So take that. Okay, now we can go talk to Brady. Because who knows what his role in this is.
What are you doing hanging out with that Falcone jerk?
I'm not hanging out with him, Brady. I'm conducting a search here, and I'll take any tip I can get.
That guy's bad news, and he's certainly not gonna help your credibility with the police.
Don't worry. I don't trust him any more than I trust you, or anyone else around here for that matter.
Just trying to help.
Talk to you later, Brady.
Don't be a stranger.
I don't trust any of you. Any single one of you could be the kidnapper. There's only 4 of you in this building. That means there's at least a 25% chance that it's you. So, I'm not gonna take my chances.
Hola.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
So what do we need now? I mean, we're still waiting on some stuff to be delivered. We talked to Simone. We talked to Joseph. We talked to Brady. We do need to make a key at some point. But we need Brady's bag for that. Because he has a pencil. If it's not here yet, then perhaps we might need to make some phone calls. Oh ho, it is here. Ho ho! Okay, so what has he got? Sunny Boy Sun-Free Tanning Spray. Oh boy. Pencil. Progain Extra Strength for Men Hair Growth Treatment. Yikes.
Maya's notebook.
And Maya's notebook. Why the Royal Palladium for the premiere of Vanishing Destiny? Was it BA's decision or his agent's? Does he make any of his own decisions? Any history with the RP? Research. Attended benefit last year to save historic theater in LA, the Galaxy. Interest in saving the Royal Palladium? Do you believe actors should use their influence to champion political causes? Next project. Where does he see himself in 10 years? Ever done anything he regrets to further his career? Wait till the end, hit him with the evidence, and demand an answer. Wow. How do I back up? Close the bag first.
Hey, you.
Don't hey you me, Brady, you rotten fraud.
Huh? I'm afraid you've lost me.
You've been lying to me, playing Mr. Helpful and Concerned all this time. I found her notebook in your bag.
I haven't done anything wrong.
I wonder if the police will agree with that.
Okay, Nancy, here's the deal. My real name is Brady Thompson. Simone pushed for Armstrong, more wholesomely smoldering, she said.
Yeah, so?
I'm Wave of the Future, Inc., the owner of this theater, great nephew of JJ himself.
So why don't you stop the demolition?
The place is shabby. It needs major repairs. It's a money pit and a has-been. Not the image I want to project.
Is everything about image with you?
Never underestimate the power of image, Nancy. You are what you project.
And what is it that you wish to project?
When people think of Brady Armstrong, they think sparkling white teeth and healthy glow. Success glows. It doesn't crumble and sag. The hero never rides a has-been horse.
But what are you going to do with the site?
When I saw these ritzy themed restaurants popping up all over the country, it hit me like pow. My first original idea. Brady Armstrong's Planet Tinseltown. Can't you see it on the marquee? Grand opening. The lights will say it all.
What does this have to do with Maya?
I've sworn to be the captain of my own destiny. Maya was going to expose me, muck up my name in this controversy. It would have been a dark cloud over the launch of Tinseltown.
And for that, she deserves to be kidnapped?
I didn't kidnap her. I found her notepad in the basement with the press pass. I just thought I'd hang on to it for a few days until the dust settles.
Now's your chance to do the right thing by calling off the demolition.
Sorry, Nancy. Look, you're not thinking clearly. It's obvious she's not in the building. We've searched everywhere.
She has to be in the building. I know she's here.
You're the only one who thinks she's here. There's no evidence.
There was evidence. I found a pizza box and one of her shoes.
Evidence that no one was able to verify. Who's to say you didn't imagine that stuff?
Joseph believes me.
He's a confused old codger.
Nicholas thinks she's in the building.
He's an outlaw, and he's using you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to rally a wrecking crew.
You can't do this!
I love how, dramatic that part is. It's so good. I love all the receding hairline digs. It's so good. Yeah, they're really going for it. He's got books, he's got medicine. He talks about it. He's clearly very concerned about his hair. There's emails about his hair. It's fantastic.
Nancy, we could be golden! A package just came from that museum. We may have the goods to stop this demolition dead in its tracks. Check the ticket booth.
What do we got? What do we got? Oh, mail. Rapid Rhino. Express delivery service. Dear Miss Drew, I couldn't find anything written in Mr. Houdini's own hand, but I did find this letter addressed to Mr. Houdini from a close colleague and friend. It seems to hint at the information you require. I hope that this package has arrived in time to be useful to you. Dutifully yours, S.H. Trout. Okay, so we got a slide. That's helpful. We need to look at the slide. And thankfully, Joseph is not here. Oh, the fuse is broken. Okay, so...
It's locked.
We need the key to the Clayton projector. Okay, Brady Gaslighter Extreme. Oh, that's so true. He totally is. What a joik. Such a jerk. So, we use our pencil to get the outline of the projector key. Oops. And then we can go down to the key maker and use our 1/4 that Nancy luckily found. Thank goodness she found the 1/4. And then we can use that to make a key. Okay, 1/4. Ching. Pretty convenient that we can do this. So we need, let's see, the first piece. Oh. Notifications. Gotta get rid of it, sorry. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Close. Clear notifications. Don't mind me. Sorry. Okay, back to the key. So we need, it's like a long bit and then a short bit right next to it, like this one, I think. And then 2 bigger chunks like this. And then 3 little ones like this. And then this kind of loopy bit. Hopefully that's right. Sivo. S-I-V-O. That looks right. So now, hopefully this will work in the projector. We're getting into the final stretch here. Key. So we can take out the fuse and add in the new fuse. But wait, what's this?
Okay, officers, this is our final sweep. In a matter of minutes, this building will be nothing but a pile of rubble.
We found a slide of the blueprints, but the police are doing a sweep of the room, so we better hide.
See anything, Dino?
All clear in here, Sarge.
This ending is so good. Okay. So, we should probably look at the blueprints first, or should we look at this letter first? Let's look at the letter first. Focus it. Oops. I focused it too much. Too much focus. Dear Harry, how's tricks? Not that I need to ask. I've seen the papers and I know that you're dazzling the crowds wherever you go. I received your letter and I must say I'm very intrigued by your plans. This Thompson character sounds slippery indeed. If you want to disentangle yourself from him and you have the opportunity to do a good deed at the same time, I say bravo. What a windfall for a struggling young artist to inherit 50% ownership of a thriving theater like the Royal Palladium. But who is this mysterious beneficiary of yours? A magician, I assume? But where in the world did you come across a woman magician? I have never even heard of one. Is she talented? Once again, your generosity is unsurpassed. I commend your noble heart and look forward to seeing you at the Princess in Montreal. It will be an auspicious reunion. All the best, Dizzy Notion. Crazy. So he gave his half of the theater to Luisa Falcone, it sounds like. Or that's what we're supposed to infer, at least. Oh no, the focus. Ah! Okay, what is this? Voice swap. Tape recorder, just like
Testing.
Stay tuned for danger.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Is this thing on? Hello?
It was a recording this whole time. Gosh, I remember realizing that for the first time. After trusting Joseph throughout this entire mystery. Like, trusting him fully.
I need that knob.
Not considering for a second that he could be the one to worry about.
Another secret passageway.
That's handy.
I should switch the power off.
And take the slide.
Something's missing here.
It's not missing, Nancy. I just took it. Okay.
Hey, Nancy, I've been looking for you.
Joseph, I thought you left the theater.
I've decided I need to get organized, Nancy. Tomorrow I'm really gonna straighten up in here.
But Joseph, there isn't going to be any tomorrow. Not for this theater, anyway.
I think a fresh coat of paint would really cheer things up, don't you?
I know it's you, Joseph. But why? Were you trying to buy some time so the Historical Society could declare the theater a landmark or something?
Do you think the premiere will sell out?
The police think the building is empty. You've got to help me, or we'll all be smashed to bits.
Don't tell them she's here, Nancy. I'll take her away and knock down the theater.
They're gonna knock it down anyway. Please, we don't have much time.
Don't tell them, Nancy.
Right, Sarah?
I'm locked in.
Like, he's my favorite culprit in the entire series because I never for a second thought that he could have been the one to be behind all of this. It was so sad.
I must have the key somewhere in my bag of tricks.
I have a key. I don't know if it's the key. Plus, this is just super exciting. Okay, Dear Herium, Festival of Illusions, blah blah blah, stand to lose a lot. Sincerely, JJ. I have no idea how Houdini even heard the name Luisa Falcone in the first place, but I'd like to wring the neck of the fella who mentioned her. I've got Houdini's paperwork here, and I plan to sit on it until the festival is over. So he definitely left it to Luisa, and here is the contract to prove it, but she never got the paperwork. Okay, let's just take all of these keys so we don't have to run back and forth. And if I remember correctly, I think it's like a purple or a pinkish one. So let's maybe try this purple one.
This one's useless.
So not that one. Is it? Ooh. I want to sit on the second one. Okay, is it this one? Aha! I knew it. It was a purple pinkish one. Okay, we're in. This is the hardest part. We got in. That door hasn't been opened in millennia. Okay. We have a big ol' hammer. Whoa!
Hang on, Maya. I'll get you out of there.
I'm just gonna pound on the glass.
This is useless.
Okay, that's useless. I was convinced it was Nicholas. Yeah, Simone was too obvious. Brady felt too dumb. I was blindsided. Same. Yes. This music is intense. Yes, this whole ending is so good. So intense. We can try a saw, too. I've never actually tried the saw. Is that how you... Do you, like, actually try it on here?
This is useless.
That is useless. What would a saw do, Nancy? Could throw bricks at it, but if the giant sledgehammer didn't work...
I've got to let them know we're up here.
Okay. Jimmy, is that ball ready to swing?
No.
Not so fast, Detective.
Joseph, please let me past.
I can't let you do this, Nancy.
I'm warning you. I still got a trick or two up my sleeve.
We're going down in a blaze of glory.
Joseph, you can go down in a blaze of glory if you want, but Maya and I are not coming with you.
You've cracked your last case.
Demolition.
Joseph, this is far from over. Now step aside.
It's all over now.
We've still got time for a grand finale here, Joseph.
I never meant for it to turn out this way.
Hiya!
Ah! That light!
Ha ha ha!
Look! The marquee! Stop the demolition!
Dear Bess, I still can hardly believe that Joseph, sweet old Joseph, was Maya's kidnapper. He says he planned to kidnap Brady with the idea that Simone could use her Hollywood connections to save the theater. But when Maya entered the dressing room, he panicked and grabbed her instead. Plan B was to stall the demolition long enough for the Historical Society to declare the building an official landmark. I guess he's been at the Royal Palladium for so long, he just couldn't imagine his life without it. But desperation aside, poor Joseph wasn't cut out for a life of crime, and pretty soon things were spinning out of his control. Simone's publicity stunts didn't help. At least he was courteous and kind to Maya through the whole thing. Her testimony should help him in court. The good news is that the Royal Palladium is still standing. Once he heard that Nicholas would inherit his grandmother Louisa's 50% of the theater, Brady decided he'd better find another site for Planet Tinseltown. In order to make amends for things, and because he needed some good publicity, Brady donated his half of the theater to the St. Louis Historical Society. Together with Haddett, they should have this place restored to its original glory in no time. Not such a happy ending for Simone, I'm afraid. She received an official reprimand from the National Press Corps for her stunt with the wreath. Still, knowing Simone, she'll be back at the top of her game in no time. So, here ends the longest 3 days of my life. The premiere of Vanishing Destiny is back on, but I think this detective is going to wait for it to come out on videotape. Talk to you soon. Love, Nancy.
Ugh, so good. This is easily in my top 5 best endings of the series, if not the best ending in the series. It just wraps everything up so well, and it's so scary and intense, and I just love it. This is such a good mystery. Thank you so much to everyone for joining. This was such a nice way to spend my Saturday afternoon with all of you, playing one of my favorite Nancy Drew games. All of you fellow detectives are wonderful. So our next game up will be Secret of the Scarlet Hand, number 6. So good. Yes, I agree, Sarah. It's just wonderful. Brings back so many good memories of the early days of Nancy Drew. Yes, such incredible writing. They really focused on the story in this one, and I think it really paid off. For sure. The characters are fantastic. The plot is so good. It is marvelous. So yes, Secret of the Scarlet Hand next. Not quite sure when that will be, but if you are subscribed and have notifications on, you'll hopefully see whenever I go live next. Thank you so much for this. When are you streaming next? Yes, I'm not totally positive. Just kind of play it by ear depending on when work things come up and when they don't, but sooner rather than later for sure. Maybe tomorrow, but we'll have to see. Fingers crossed. I just love streaming with you guys so much, so thank you so much for joining. It makes it so worthwhile and is really making the quarantine time a lot more fun, a lot more enjoyable. So thanks everyone for joining. But I think with that, we'll probably leave this stream here. Can we talk about how we had no technology issues today? Like, hooray. That's amazing. The internet actually held on for this entire stream. I did decrease the bitrate, like somebody suggested in the last stream, so maybe that's why. But hooray, so happy. Thank you again, everyone, for joining. Can't wait. Yes, I can't wait either, Sarah. Thank you all. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. Have a marvelous evening, morning, afternoon, whatever your time zone is. And I will speak to you soon. Bye, everyone.